Hello, everybody. This is Kevin here with BombBomb. I'm going to give it just a second to let all of the technical stuff kind of work itself out here. So let me make sure all that's working. Perfect. Looks like we are good to go with all of this. So awesome. So I'm going to jump in right now, and I'm going to make a little assumption that I know probably what some of you are out there thinking. Hey, I'm really excited about video. I love the possibilities of what this can do. I don't want to have to learn a new product. I don't want to sit in an hour-long webinar just telling me a bunch of technical stuff that's going to be boring when I've got so much business to work on. So I don't either. And so I think what's great about that, since I don't want to do that, since you don't want to do that, let's not do that. I think you're going to be surprised what our main focus is going to be on this training session. It's you. It's you and your business. BombBomb here, our goal is really to help every single realtor like yourself record, send, and track videos securely and effectively so that you can break through that digital noise and communicate as clearly as possible. Without knowing you and your goals and what you're wanting to achieve, the video piece is not going to be as helpful as it could be. So we're going to start at the basis with you, and we're going to help you figure out what are you striving for right now? What is your main goal? And how can video help you effectively communicate that to the people that need to hear that? Does that sound good? Awesome. Okay. Well, good. So to introduce myself, my name is Kevin Andrews. As you can see, I am the Client Enablement Manager here at BombBomb. And I've been at BombBomb for about 3 years. The cool part is before I was here at BombBomb, I actually worked in the real estate world. I was a realtor myself. So I love speaking with you guys because I've been in your shoes. I know that daily grind, and I get really excited about how video can help you move forward more effectively. So I know that this time of year is pivotal for you guys as realtors in building up your business and communicating with your database to keep your business going. So that's what we're going to focus on, and that's how we're going to move forward here. So I want to start talking initially about some common things that I hear from realtors just like yourself. When you guys think about video, a lot of times you guys are thinking about what we would call marketing through video, right? The fancy equipment, the drones, the setups, the green screens, all of that super great stuff. Now, if you're already doing that, keep doing it. I'm not here to interrupt that at all. But I want you to know that's not what BombBomb is all about. BombBomb is what we would call building relationships through video. So we're not necessarily a video marketing tool, but we're going to focus more on video enablement. And that's what I'm going to focus on today, is to show you about how we can take all of that text communication that you're sending out right now and make it better and make it more effective. So think about that. Think about how many emails have you sent out today alone, right? 20, 30, 50 for some of you guys. Well, how effective was that? How great were the responses in that sort of stuff? I mean, look at this as an example. What if I sent you guys this text response email to just say, thank you, right? Thank you for signing up for this. Thank you for signing up for the webinar. Well, it doesn't have a lot of me. It doesn't have a lot of emotion. It doesn't have a lot of tone. Really, it's just a way to pass on information. It's not a great way for me to pass on myself and the way that I'm feeling about this. So what if you were able to take all of those text emails that you've sent out today and change them and do something a little bit more like this?
Hey, it is Kevin here with BombBomb, and I wanted to stop and take a second to just say thank you. Thank you for looking into BombBomb. Thank you for signing up for this training session. I can't tell you how excited we are to not only talk about how to build up the confidence to be on video, but also give you the tools of what to say and when to say it. So grab your pen, grab your paper, and let's jump right in.
So since a lot of you are going to be the ones actually recording and sending these videos, I want to stop here for a second and think about how that was to receive that video. How much more emotion did you feel? How much more clear was that message because you heard me deliver it directly to you? And ultimately, how much better of a response do you think I could get from sending out videos like that? That's what we're going to help you with. That's video enablement, enabling you to translate and convey your message in a much more clear, much more impactful way to help you get a better response. Now, you've gotten it from an emotional standpoint, from a feeling standpoint, but I want to play a little bit of a game with you guys because I want to dive into some numbers. So I invented this wonderful game. I know you're going to be incredibly impressed with the name I came up with. Who wants to be a BombBomb heir? I don't know how I came up with it. It's just brilliant, right? I'm going to throw some numbers at you guys. Now, if you don't already have a pen and paper, I want you to grab one. So go ahead, run. I'll take a second here to hold off and kind of talk through the instructions on this. The reason I want you to have a pen and paper is because I'm going to tell you some numbers. I want you to jot down what you think that number represents. Okay, does that seem easy enough? I'll show you the number and then we'll talk through and see kind of how closely you were able to get there. So first number, 81%. Now, these are all percentages, so just keep that in mind as you're working through this. Second number, 87%. What do you think 87% could represent based on what we're talking about today? 68% is the third number. Now here's a big one. Here's one I'm excited about, 90%. 90%, that's exciting, kind of seeing a big number like that. And last but not least, 56%. So take a second, think, what do you think those could represent based on maybe video? Video might be a good direction to go with this since that's really what we're talking about. Okay, so I'm gonna dive into this because I think you've probably had a little bit of time to think about it. So what we did is we actually took a survey with our clients based on them using text email and moving over to video email. All of these percentages are questions that we asked them. So 81% represents 81% of people were getting more replies and responses because they were using video in their emails. 87% got more click-throughs, got better engagement on the emails that they were sending out. 68% actually increased their lead conversion. They directly correlated how many leads they converted to the videos that they were sending. Now 90%, love that big number, stayed in touch more effectively with the people around them because they were using video versus text. And last but not least, 56% got more referrals from using video. Now, those are amazing numbers. We love seeing those numbers. And the beautiful part about this is this was a survey we did with all of our clients. We did not exclude anybody. Now, of course, because we love looking at this stuff here at BombBomb, we decided we want to dive in a little bit deeper. What about the users who actually attended trainings and actually dove into this full force? Did they see the same responses? Did they get the same interaction, or did they see improvements? Well, guess what? Spoiler. They saw amazing improvements and amazing ups on the numbers that you saw there on the left side of the screen. You can see 1 in 6 doubled or more than doubled the amount of replies and responses that they were getting because they used video. 1/4 doubled or more than doubled more click-throughs. 1 in 10 doubled, 1 in 4 doubled, 1 in 10 doubled. I mean, 1 in 10 people doubled the amount of referrals that they were getting from their client base because they used video. So first off, I'm proud of you. You've made the first most important step into getting into training because that's going to help us get you into those higher number percentages. But overall, what does all of this stuff mean? Let's kind of summarize this. Overall, 77% of the people reported that video improved their results compared to text, and 20% doubled their result. So what's our ultimate goal for this training session? Well, to talk about you and focus you on getting in that 20%. I want to help you guys double your results because I want you to get the best results out of this you can. So how are we going to do this, right? Well, let's talk through our agenda today and what our main focus is. First and foremost, I want to focus on overcoming the fear of video. Well, guess what? That's a real thing. A lot of people feel it. I'm sure you can all relate to that to some extent as I'm talking to you right now. We're going to talk through what that's about and some strategies to help overcome that. Number 2, tips. I'm going to give you some tips on how to make sure that the videos that you're sending can be received in the best way possible. Number 3, ways to use this today. I don't want BombBomb to be a tool that you get, you sign up for, and then it sits on your shelf. We want to make sure that you have the ability to use this and start seeing the success today. So I'm excited about this, and I'll tell you, I'm actually going to show you an example of the number 1 recommendation we tell people to get the best results with video. So hang tight because I don't want you to miss that. It's going to be a really, really great example, and you'll see how easy and simple it is. And last but not least, challenge. I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you to do something and step out of the normal comfort zone that you're in, but I'm going to give you really good direction on this. So don't be nervous about it. We're going to layer everything on so that challenge is going to seem simple and easy. Okay? Does that sound like a good plan for everybody out there? Great. So now that we've talked about the future, I want to take 2 seconds. I want to take a second here and think about the past. I want to think about the last, whatever it is, 5, 10, 14, 21 days of your life. What made you sign up for BombBomb? Now, I don't mean, your broker told you to, or another realtor in your office was using it, so you thought you should do it, or a lender, whoever it may be around you, told you to do something. What I mean is, what did that little voice in your head say that made you go to BombBomb and put in your information, set up a password, and actually start it? What in you was the biggest thing that made you sign up? Now, I'm sure a lot of things are going through your mind right now. A lot of the things that we hear from realtors like yourself, well, I wanted to convert more leads. And I've heard that video can help me through that. Great. That's a great reason, right? Maybe you're wanting to get more referrals. So you're wanting to get more referrals from your database, and people have shown you that video can be more effective there. I even have people that sign up because they just want to be more efficient with their time, right? They know they can say a lot more in 30 seconds than they can type. So they feel like this is a way for them to be more efficient with what they're doing. Those are all great answers, but I want to show you the top two that I hear most commonly when I ask this question to realtors. Number one, stand out. I want to be able to differentiate myself from all of the other realtors in my city. For a lot of the realtors that I speak with, they say I can throw a rock in my city and hit a realtor. I don't want to be one of those people. I want to be my own individual realtor. I want to be the best that I can be. So I want to use video to stand out. The second thing is, I want to be able to build and maintain better relationships with the people that I know. So whether it's a new person that's coming in, I want to build that relationship quicker, or I want to maintain that relationship and really make sure that I'm staying in touch with the people effectively. Those are awesome. Whatever it is for you, I want you to take a second right now with that pen and paper that I told you to grab a minute ago. And I want you to think through, what is the number one goal, or maybe for some of you, it's the number one hurdle that you're trying to get over right now. But what is the number one goal you're wanting to achieve over the next 6 months, or the number one hurdle that you want to overcome in the next 6 months here? And why are we going to focus on that? Well, like I said before, we're focusing on you. And I want to help you achieve the things that you are looking to achieve in your business, right? So I want you to think about this as this is the number one thing that if I achieve nothing else, if I accomplish nothing else in my business over this period of time, I can walk away with my head held high. And the reason I want to focus on this is because I want you to start looking at each thing that we're talking about, each video that you're recording, as one step towards that goal. Each email that you send as one step closer to that goal. The beautiful thing about video is we're going to help you take bigger steps at a quicker rate. So write that down, think about that, focus on that. I want you to continue to think about that throughout this presentation. So let's think about some of the things that I've covered so far. So I showed you how the video was more effective than text, right? We showed you stats and numbers to prove and back up that everybody that's using this is seeing it to be more effective. So why wouldn't anybody want to use this? That's the big thing that maybe holds you back from going, yes, I'm excited, I'm gonna record 55 videos today. Well, for most of the people that I've talked with over the last 3 years here at BombBomb, it's fear. Now, I kind of hinted at this early on in the conversation, but the first thing that I want you to know about the fear of video is that it is real. It's okay to feel it, and you are not alone. Everybody, even the examples I'm going to show you, are feeling some of that fear, are overcoming that nervousness about what that is. Now, you're probably thinking, I'm all alone. I'm not the only one feeling this. Well, look at this picture. Do you recognize this guy? You might, right? He's pretty famous. Some of you are going, oh yeah, that's Joaquin Phoenix. For those of you who don't know, this is Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix is actually an actor. He's been in Gladiator. He's been in Walk the Line. He's been in Joker. He's been in dozens and dozens and dozens of movies. He's been nominated for 3 Oscars, won a Golden Globe, been nominated for 4 SAG Awards. I mean, I could go on forever about the accolades and the things that he has achieved. But he was actually asked by a reporter, do you rewatch your movies? Do you like your movies? And he said a very, very interesting thing. He said, I don't want to watch myself. I mean, of course, there's a part of you that's curious for a second, and I constantly have to tell myself no, because it stands a greater chance of having a negative effect on my future work. So think about this. If Joaquin Phoenix, arguably one of the best actors of our generation right now, if he doesn't even want to rewatch his videos because he's nervous about how he's going to look at himself, what are we supposed to feel? Why would you not have that exact same fear? right? If he's nervous to watch his videos and he's really good and trained to be on video, what do you think this guy thinks when he looks on video? Well, I'll tell you. When I look at that picture, the first two things that I notice right away, one, those big bags under my eyes from when I smile, and two, that big gap that's in my teeth. Now that gap's been there since I was 8 years old. I should be used to it by now. But those are the insecurities that I notice about myself that make me nervous to be doing videos. When I record a video, the first thing I notice is that I don't like the way my voice sounds. My voice sounds way cooler in my head than it does when I play that video back. That's okay. We all have our things. I'm sure you're probably thinking of the one or two things that if we had a magic wand, we might change about ourselves right now. But I want you to know that those are the most important things in the videos that you're going to send, because we're rehumanizing. Your humanity is one of the biggest assets in people connecting with you. And I want to show you a couple of people here. These are 3 people. I'm going to tell you a little bit about them specifically, but I want to show you them because guess what? They've been in your seat. They felt that vulnerability. They have those exact same insecurities, and they took that and they ran with it. So first and foremost, over here on the right side, Mark and Laura Anderson, they're a husband and wife real estate team. They actually joined with us in 2013. They've been with us for a number of years. And really, Laura was driving that ship when they signed up. Mark was not so sure about doing this video thing. Well, guess what? In the 6 years that they've been with BombBomb, they've combined to record almost 3,000 videos in their BombBomb account. They started from nothing, gotten to 3,000. I'm excited to show you some of the videos they've done and how they've challenged themselves there. Now, Marvette Artis has actually been with BombBomb since 2015. Now, what I love about Marvette is she's not one of those people where I'm gonna say she's recorded a million videos. She has not recorded a ton of videos, but she's really focused in on the most important video to record and send. Remember how I hinted at that earlier? She's gonna be the one I'm gonna show you of the most important video, the #1 most effective video that you can send with BombBomb. Now, the last but certainly not least, Jimmy Burge is here. Jimmy Burge has been with us for about 3 years here. And what I love about him is he can directly attribute millions of dollars in his business to BombBomb videos that he has sent. So I'm gonna show you all of these 3. And the reason I'm pointing them out again is because they've been in your shoes. They've felt that nervousness. Now, have you heard of Brene Brown? Brene Brown's actually a research professor out of the University of Houston. She covers all sorts of things like empathy and courage and shame and vulnerability, things that we don't like to talk about, but guess what? We're all feeling it. What I love is she has a quote about vulnerability that says, vulnerability is the birthplace of innovation, creativity, and change. Let's think about that for a second. What if we were able to look at that fear, look at that nervousness of being on video, and that vulnerability, right? And turn that into a springboard to build excitement, to build creativity, to change our business the way that we want to right now. That's what I'm excited to help point out. Now, Brene's turned all of this information into 5 #1 New York Times bestsellers. That's pretty good. I want to help you turn your business and take that vulnerability and build that as a strength of yours and not be a hindrance anymore. So we're going to dive in now with some tips and tricks. I'm going to show you some examples. We're going to get into the nuts and bolts of this stuff. But I hope that this builds some excitement for you on how we're going to move forward and how we can take that. And man, this is going to be that springboard. This is what's going to help us change our business moving forward, okay? All right, so let's dive in here. So best practices. Pull that pen and paper out. I want you writing this down again. This is what I call the step method. 1, because it's the first step you're going to take into recording videos, but also it's a step-by-step way of giving you the best practices of what you can do on video. So first, the S, smile. Seems simple. I want you to smile at the beginning of your video. I want you to smile at the end of your video, right? The way that a smile is received, the place that it's received in the brain actually makes this infectious. When you see a smile, it's really hard not to smile back to that person. So let's start on the best note that we possibly can. The T, time. Now, my general rule of thumb that we talk about here at BombBomb is keep your videos under 60 seconds. 99% of the time, that's going to be absolutely true. My personal rule that I live by is the less amount of time that I've known somebody, the less amount of time I'm going to put into the video, right? So if I've only known them, if they're a brand new lead, I've never met them before, I'm keeping that baby close to 30 seconds. If they've been friends of mine for 15 years, we communicate all the time, I can probably go over that 60-second mark as long as the information and the value is there. But let's keep the video shorter, under 60 seconds, okay? Number 3, eye contact. Now this means, I mean in a couple of different ways. One, I want you to make eye contact with your camera, right? This is the difference of feeling like you're actually talking to the person, or I'm just looking at myself on screen and talking to me. This is gonna be a harder one than you think, because your natural inclination is to watch yourself on screen. Don't. Watch the camera, look at the camera lens like I am right now, and it feels much more personal in that sense. The other thing I want to touch on with this is make sure that your camera is at least eye level, or maybe even a little bit above. I don't want you looking down at the camera and not framing yourself in the best light possible. So make sure we're making eye contact with that camera lens. And last, but certainly not least, P, personal. Now, I want you to personalize these videos. I want you to talk to people. I want you to mention their names, but guess what? I also want you to use something like this, like my whiteboard. I hold this up at the beginning of a lot of my videos, and I'll write, hi, whoever's the name is. I personalize that to them. Why is this beneficial, do you think? Well, guess what? If they open their email, BombBomb actually creates a 3-second animated preview that I'm going to show you an example of later. If they see their name before they even click play, they know this is a video for them only. This is an amazing way to disrupt that inbox so that they don't think this is a video you sent to 1 million people. This is personalized. That's how we're going to get people to interact with our videos and engage in the way that we want. So step, smile, time, eye contact, personal. Write it down. Don't forget those. These are quick, easy checklists that you can go over before you start your videos that are really going to make sure that you're using the best practices possible, okay? All right, so let's dive into some examples. Now, I told you I was going to tell you the #1 best way that you can use video right now. So you ready for this? Ready? Drum roll, drum roll. Thank you. Womp womp. That can't be it, right? A thank you video, that's the #1 best way. Yeah, it is, right? So think about this. When's the last time that you reached out to somebody for no other purpose than to just show your appreciation and say thank you? I mean, with no agenda, right? Just tell them. Probably not as recently as we would all like. Think about this too. When's the last time you actually received somebody just reaching out to say thank you for no other purpose than to just show you that they appreciate you? Well, Marvette Artist, who I showed you her headshot earlier, she does an amazing job of this. So I want to play this. I want you to focus on this and think about what you could do for that, how personal it is, how deep that appreciation is felt, and consider it from there.
Hey Scott, it's Marvette. I am in Orlando, Florida, enjoying the conference. Just sending you a little note to let you know I'm thinking about you, 1, and 2, to let you know how much I appreciate you. It's been a minute since I've actually said that to you, but I really do appreciate you, and I am so glad that you're on my real estate team. Take care, talk to you soon, and we'll catch up next week. Bye-bye.
Marvette does a wonderful job of this. Now, she doesn't hit all those step points, right? She didn't use the whiteboard or anything, but she does make that an incredibly personal video with the way that she speaks to Scott. How do you think that impacted Scott? How do you think that made him feel better that day? How do you think that impacted Marvette to know that she was able to show her appreciation to somebody else? Here's a really cool thing. So we speak at conferences all the time. We've got a story when Steve, one of our speakers, was actually speaking at a conference, and he was talking about thank you videos. He challenged all of the people in the room during the break that they were going to take to record a thank you video and send it to somebody. Well, he was taking a break, talking with some people. He said one of the participants walked up to him crying, tears coming out of her eyes, and said, I just sent a thank you video to one of my people. They responded already in 10 minutes and said, you have no idea how much this email meant to me. I was having the worst day. I was feeling really down. This video has completely changed my day. That impacted that recipient, and it impacted the sender. She was crying. It made her feel so wonderful to have that effect on somebody. So I want you to think about this in your day-to-day life, right? I want you to think about opportunities where you can send out some thank yous for anything. No agenda, just to say thank you. And you know what I think you'll be surprised about? Not only is it going to impact both of you, you'll be shocked at how quickly the conversation will actually turn to a business conversation, even though you haven't mentioned anything business at all. All right? So let's jump into number 2 here. Number 2, appointment confirmation. Okay, how many times do you actually have appointments set every day? This might be a listing appointment. Maybe you're meeting with a lender to start to build a relationship there. Maybe you're meeting with another agent just to learn some things. Doesn't matter what it's for, right? How often do you actually set up those appointments and for one reason or another, it gets canceled? Or maybe the person no-shows you or they don't make it to the appointment. That's an unfortunate part of real estate, right? And unfortunately, not the best use of your time. So what if you were able to actually build better rapport with that person before you've even walked in the door? Well, Michael Thorne here, an agent up in just outside of Vancouver in BC, he does exactly this. This is for a listing appointment. He got an inquiry, and I want you to pay attention to what he says at the very beginning of this video.
Hey Ryan, Amy, Oliver, and Violet, it is Michael. Received your email. Thank you so much. I would love to come and meet your family and take a walk through your home. Tomorrow evening around 7 o'clock fits in my schedule. Let me know if that works for you too as well. You can find all my contact information down below. Thanks again, and we'll talk to you soon.
Super short, super simple. Did a great job with the step points. And my favorite one that he did here is in that personalization. He said all 4 names at the beginning, right? Ryan, Amy, Oliver, and Violet. Well, he sent that off. One of the funny things about his story specifically is after he sent that night, we have tracking here at BombBomb where we can show you if somebody opens or plays or clicks on any links that are in that content that you sent. Well, he saw emails opened, video got played. Email got opened again, video got played, video got played, video got played. He started getting all of these notifications from our tracking that he was getting a lot of engagement on that email. So when he walked up the day of the appointment, knocks on the door, he actually hears little footsteps run straight towards the door. The door swings open and a beautiful little 5-year-old boy named Oliver goes, "Hey, Michael, welcome. We can't wait. Come on in. Let's talk to everybody," right? How many times has that happened to you when you show up to an appointment? Well, I think you're making the right assumption here. The reason he got so many opens and plays and so much interaction with that tracking is because he said Oliver's name. Oliver loved hearing his own name in that video, and he made his parents open and play it time and time again. He is now walking into this situation as warm as you possibly could. Instead of spending the first 5 or 10 minutes getting to know them and feeling each other out, he's already created for himself the biggest or littlest advocate possible. If Oliver loves him, his parents are going to love him as well, right? It's a wonderful situation, a wonderful story, and super easy. Confirm your appointments, make sure they're going to be there, make sure they're excited, make sure you warm that up. The beautiful thing about what Michael did, and Marvette actually, is they made this really simple by just grabbing their phone. They literally pulled up their phone, hopped into the BombBomb app, and you can see here, this is some of that tracking that I showed you, where we show you the opens, plays, and clicks. But I want you to focus on that red record button at the bottom there. When you hop into our app, all you have to do is hit record, pull up your phone just like I am right there, and hit the record button at the bottom. I'm live recording that video right now. As soon as I'm done, I tap the stop button, I'll go ahead and click next, and this is where BombBomb gives you opportunities to decide how you want to deliver it, right? So you can email that, you can save it to your BombBomb library where we'll actually host those videos for you and save them so you don't need space on your phone. Or you can actually text message that video or post that video directly to social media. I chose email here just like Michael did, so he has that tracking. And all I'm doing is putting in the recipient, I'm putting a subject line, and I'm typing in exactly what text I want in the body of the email that will go below the video. As soon as I hit send in the top right there, that email is sent, it's off. I don't have to think twice about it except to jump in and check my tracking. It's as easy as that. So the last example that I want to show you here, the last way that I think you could start using video today, happy birthday, right? How many people around you probably have birthdays in the next week or so? I think it's probably statistically proven that somebody around you has a birthday. The cool thing about these is everybody has birthdays, right? So I want you to think about how we can make the most impact and be unique on these messages. Now, I'm sure some of you are sitting out there, a lot of the realtors that I talk with go, oh, I send birthday messages. I hop on Facebook and I post something on their page. Well, this is an exact snapshot from my Facebook page for my birthday last August. How many of these messages do you think I actually remembered a couple months later? How many of these messages do you think I actually even got? It was hundreds. It was lots of these, right? Is that an effective way for you to stand out and have them remember you for sending them a happy birthday? Unfortunately, not as impactful as it could be. So I want you to think about sending a video the next time you've got a birthday or even a holiday, right? The next time something like that rolls around, watch this. This is Mark and Laura Anderson, who I shared with you earlier. And I want you to pay attention mostly to how much fun they are having.
Happy birthday, Dan Marta. January birthday, baby.
Just birthday balloons.
Me too. January's the best. Yeah, birthday balloons. Are you ready?
Ready.
Happy birthday to you.
Start again.
That was a clunker. Oh my gosh. All right, ready?
From the top.
From the top. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dan. Living in Como Park with
Abigail.
And
the cat.
the cat, who I don't know.
The Martas of Avon.
Ready?
Ready.
Happy birthday to you.
I dare you to watch that video and try not to smile, right? They're having so much fun. It's so personal. Now, you don't have to sing on these videos. I know some of you are probably sitting out there going, no way that's happening. That's fine. Make it personal to them. Do it in a way that's comfortable and fun for you. Maybe find something unique about this day in history or other people that share these birthdays. Just something that's more impactful. How much do you think those clients enjoyed receiving that video? That stands out a heck of a lot more than a Facebook post, right? And what's beautiful about this is it's super easy. So they actually record this through our Gmail integration. We connect with Gmail directly here. And what's awesome about this is we make it so easy. So you live in Gmail or Outlook. We work in both of these. But this is a snapshot of my Gmail. You can see there's a send video button right in the top left there. All you have to do is click send video. What does it do? It pops open your normal compose window like it normally would and a video recorder just like you're seeing there. So all I have to do is click that red record button there. Once it counts down, as soon as it flashes, I'm live recording that video. So I'm conveying the information, giving the value. Whenever I'm done, all I have to do is hit the space bar. That's gonna stop my video for me. I'm gonna click that orange save button. BombBomb will do the rest. This is where we take that first couple seconds and create that animated preview. So you'll see a little example of that that gets embedded in the email. This is what shows up to your recipients. The rest of it is normal Gmail stuff. Who am I sending to? What's the subject line? Do I want to add any text? And I click the blue send button just like I normally would. It's that easy. After I've done that, the best part about this is now I've got my tracking live on the right side of my screen. So you can see I have my sent, I have my opens, I've even got a play there. This is where I can actively see what engagement am I getting in those videos. It doesn't have to take any longer than you posting a Facebook message. That's what's beautiful about it. It's more personal, more impactful, super easy. Now, I know I told you that that was the last example here, but you guys have done a great job on this training. And so I want to show you one real life example. And if you were paying attention, you may have noticed, wait a second, he didn't show us that last headshot that he showed on there. Well, congrats to you. You were right. I haven't. This is Jimmy Burgess. And you know what? I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to let him do all the talking on this.
So one of my favorite features of BombBomb is record the screen feature. And what I do in this is it gives me the ability to go in and record my screen and talk with people about exactly what I want them to see. So the first thing that I do in these cases is that in the end of 2017, I decided in the fourth quarter I was going to do as many unsolicited CMAs, basically with past sellers or past clients of mine, people that I knew that owned properties, or whatever the case may be, someone that just simply owned property that may have a curiosity about their value. Maybe they came in an open house. I ended up in that fourth quarter doing 72 unsolicited CMAs. I sent those out to the owners, and in the first part of the year, the next year, I ended up directly from those 72 CMAs listing a little over $11 million. Ended up having $9 million worth of accounted sales from listings from that drive that I did in the fourth quarter of 2017. When I broke it down, it basically came out to, I believe it was a little over $3,500 per unsolicited CMA that I did.
What activity are you doing right now that's making you $3,500? I don't know if I can think of one personally, right? What wouldn't you do in your business right now to line up $9 million in sales next quarter? I would probably do just about anything. Well, Jimmy just gave you a real life example of exactly what he did. He sent 72 emails that turned into $9 million. Those are big steps. These are the steps I'm excited for you to take towards your goal. Those are the steps that he decided to take towards his. So let's recap a lot of this. I want to go back and just kind of summarize everything that we've talked about today, because I know we've shared a lot of information with you guys. First and foremost, it's all about relationships, right? Every example that I showed you is about building better relationships, either with your clients or with a new person that you're just meeting. That's the whole point. Number two, fear is real, and that's okay. We are here to help you through that. We've talked about how we can take that fear, turn it into the vulnerability that can now be the change and the creativity and the innovation in our business moving forward. I'm excited that that's going to get you energized and start recording more and more videos. But we're here to help in any way that we can here at BombBomb as well. Number three, step method. Easy, right? Easy peasy. Smile, time, eye contact, personal. Those are the only four things I want you to think about before you jump into a video. Then you get to be yourself and provide that value to your clients. Last but certainly not least, it's super easy with BombBomb. With our mobile app, with our Gmail or Outlook integration, you can hop on and record videos really simply and quickly. So I don't want you to think of this as a huge barrier. I want you to think about the asset that BombBomb is going to be to make this easy for you. Here's what we're going to do. I promised you I was going to challenge you a little bit, right? And that's what we're going to jump into now, is the challenge that I'm going to present to you. With all the information that I've given you, I'm going to challenge you to start recording videos today. What do you think I want you to do? Oh, 2 videos, right? 2 thank you videos. I told you that's the most impactful video. That's why I want you to do it now. But it's only 2. It'll literally take you 5 minutes today to record and send those 2 thank you videos. Now, the challenge doesn't just stop there. I want you to do 2 thank you videos tomorrow to 2 different people. And I want you to do 2 thank you videos the next day. And you're starting to see the trend now. I want you to do 2 thank you videos a day for the next 7 days. Whether you're still in your trial, whether you've signed up for BombBomb, you have access to be able to do this simply and easily. So all in all, 14 videos. I want you to think of 14 people that you can impact in your life right now. 5 minutes a day for the next 7 days. That's pretty achievable. Do you think you can handle that? You think that's something that you can jump into? I know you can, because we gave you the tips and tricks, because we've given you the ideas. We've taken all the questions and all of that sort of stuff out of it. So one last thing that I want to leave you with here as we're coming up at the end of this training session here. I want to go back and I want you to look down at your paper right now at that goal or that hurdle that you wrote down. I want you to start and continue thinking about each one of these next 14 videos that you're going to record over the next 14 days as a 1 step closer to that goal. Because think about it, it's really simple. 1 video equals 1 better relationship with that person, right? That better relationship is going to equal more trust. The more trust is going to equal more likelihood for them to use and do business with you specifically. The closer they are to doing business with you, the closer you are to your goal. I'm excited for you. Now, I want you to know that we're not just making this stuff up on the fly. We've actually written the book on how to rehumanize your business with video enablement, just like we've been talking today. We are here to help you in any way that we can. We've got amazing people you can call in if you have questions. We've got an amazing support site. Let us know what we can do to help. Otherwise, now I'm excited because it's up to you. So get out there, grab your video recorder, have some fun, and let's take that next step together, okay?